Players for the Pirates, number 4, Rylan Kirsch.
All right, good evening,
Number
Hawk fans.
5,
Welcome
William
to
Stroud.
the
Number 11,
beautiful
Drake
campus
Profit.
of Pleasant Grove High
Number
School
16, Kyle Berry.
for tonight's
Number
district
19,
opener as the Pleasant
Eli
Grove
Manley.
Hawks host the Pittsburg Pirates. And Jay, I missed the first game that we had here, but I'm glad to be here for the second game. And got a good crowd out here on a windy night, but the stadium sure looks good.
Yeah, stadium looks great. Tonight was the first time I was able to walk across the way and admire the softball field as well. And just an absolutely incredible facility for our young men and young women to have the opportunity to play in. And you mentioned the previous time that the Hawks played here, were able to beat crosstown rivals, Liberty Isle Leopards,
right.
and that was a good night. And this is going to be an interesting team this year, and a lot of longtime leaders for the Hawks here. A lot of them started out their freshman year playing,
That's right.
and so there's definitely going to have some high hopes for these Hawks.
Yeah, a lot of those guys are juniors now. Pleasant Grove 8-0 on this young season so far as we get ready to start district, facing a Pittsburg Pirate team that's 4-0 so far as they get ready for district. The Hawks, though, have been on a tear in that 8-0 run, Jay, averaging 8.1 runs a game and only giving up 1.75 runs a game. And so I'm excited to see if we can keep that going tonight. Our starting lineup for tonight's game we'll bring to you right here on the screen. Batting first, playing left field, is Jace Elrod. Batting second and playing second base, Jarrett Halter. Playing shortstop and batting third is Spencer Browning. Hunter Rose in the cleanup spot. He'll be at center field. Buck Anderson, the catcher, will be batting fifth. Batting sixth, Christian May. He's the third baseman. Batting seventh, Landon West in the lineup, the right fielder. Good to see Landon out there. Blue Rose is the designated hitter tonight. He's hitting in place of Luke Flanagan, the pitcher. And the first baseman batting at ninth is Walker Wright. Now we'll take you to the national anthem. All right. Beautiful rendition of the national anthem there, brought to us by David Mims, the longtime PA announcer here for the Hawks. He gets to enjoy a little better seat up in this press box, too. And James Bramlett up here with us as well. Excuse me, J.W. Bramlett up here with us running the scoreboard for us this evening. And Jay, you talked about the core of this team. A lot of these guys that are here, and I'm going to let you take it for just a minute while I try to fix something on the scoreboard.
Yeah, no, it looks like Pleasant Grove is starting to take a few pitches out here, and I'm excited to see what we're able to come up with. Luke Flanagan looks like he's going to get the ball tonight and take on these Pittsburg Pirates. And one of the stats that you alluded to is Pleasant Grove coming in scoring or averaging more than 8 runs an inning and allowing less than 2. And if you go back history-wise, that stat of under two runs, that really doesn't that doesn't, I've seen that before.
Yeah.
But having the runs being around 8 this early in the season for Pleasant Grove, that is the one that stands out as far as how offensively they are, as far as different weapons out there on the field.
Yeah, and that's you got some guys that got some pop tonight. We might see a little fireworks, Jay, because we have one considerable wind coming from behind us out toward right field, pretty much west to due east. Of course, we had a lot of storms come through in the morning, but that has carried over into tonight, and we've got some gusty wind blowing out toward right field. And so I feel like maybe if something gets up higher, some of those lefties get something going, we might see something a little interesting. So, again, Luke Flanagan getting the start on the bump for the Leopards tonight. The senior is committed to Oral Roberts University up in Oklahoma. And just a fine young man, and we'll see what he can do out there on the hill. Leading off for the Pirates is their right fielder, number 6, Carter Langford. And he will get things started for Pittsburg. He looks at the ball high. We got, there's a strike in there. It's all evened up at 1. So we got our microphone out there. You might hear some of the crowd a few times getting that going. This one a little bit outside. Oh, we called it. Got there right on that outside corner. Kind of a big sweeping curveball there and just caught the corner. Now the 1-2. This one fouled off to the right by Langford. Keep himself alive. That one almost in exactly the same spot there by Flanagan. And Jay, you look out there. We got soccer going on, softball going on. There's the strike 3. Flanagan gets the first man out swinging. And so it's an early K for Luke.
Now batting number 8, third baseman Landon Gray.
But yeah, we got soccer over there. We got softball playing here, baseball playing here. And, man, just a beautiful time for some athletics here at Pleasant Grove and able to look at all the activity happening everywhere. Landon Graham now stepping in the box. He's the third baseman for the Pirates. He looks at strike 1 again on the outside corner of that plate. And Flanagan, some good control out there on the corners. This one a little bit too far outside. Let's see. Whips that one around, evens the count at 1-1.
Well, one of the things that I was so impressed with is many things that we have going on right now, parking's not an issue.
Yes, sir.
A lot of parking available.
Tripled it up. Big high hit going towards center field. Hunter Rose coming in, but Jared Halter is able just to take a few steps back there from his spot at second base. And we've got 2 down here. That'll bring up the pitcher, Cord Johnson, wearing number 9 for the Pirates. It's a little far outside. It goes all the way to the backstop there. Gets a little friendly bounce back to Buck. Sets for the 1-0. This one inside, just missed that inside corner. 2 balls and no strikes now for Johnson. He'll be on the bump in the bottom half of this inning. This one again, a couple of times, that ball just kind of got away from Luke. Trying to get it out here on this outside corner, and now in a hole 3-0. That one caught the outside edge, and, man, it tailed back in right there at the end. Had a good little bit of movement on that one. And now the 3-1. Johnson fouls this one off over toward the visitor dugout.
Yeah, one of the things I'm looking for tonight that Chuck and I both saw at the previous game is ground balls are not coming off as hot off this turf. So I'm just wondering if maybe it was just that particular evening and the ball just really wasn't put in play, or if this turf is going to slow the ball down just a little bit.
And so we'll see how that works. Don't get a chance to look at that in that one, though, with a big swinging strike. And that's the way the first half of the first inning ends. We'll take a break. We'll come back, and the Hawks will be up. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Gameday.
When you're at home, you need right fiber. Some say it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play. Maybe. But with Right Fiber's 100% fiber internet, you always win. No matter which side you're on. Fall in love with your gig speed internet. Get gig smitten. Get Right Fiber.
Yeah, Matt, that is a brand new commercial and a brand new sponsor of Game Day. That is Right Fiber. And if you've seen a lot of the construction going on that's in our neighborhoods in the city of Texarkana, that is the crews from Right Fiber that is putting in fiber optics to residentials.
There you go.
Their parent company, Ritter Communications, has done a good job at getting fiber optics to business customers. But there has been a definite need in the Texarkana area to bring fiber optics to the homes.
Yep.
And so they are outfitting the city of Texarkana with high-speed internet.
Well, really, that's a game changer when you start looking for somewhere where you want to live, where maybe you need to be able to work from home, or just the fact that most people get things via streaming. You're watching this game right now via streaming on your internet, most likely at home, maybe on your cell phone. And so dependable, strong, high-speed internet is something that's super valuable, and we're certainly glad to have Right Fiber on board. So a 1-2-3 inning for the Hawks to start the game, and now Cord Johnson and the Pittsburg Pirates make their way out there. Jace Elrod will be the first man up for Pleasant Grove, then Jared Halter and Spencer Browning, the three men guaranteed with a chance here to start. I like these black unis with the Hawks, too. Just a little bit of gold striping down the legs there. That's a sharp look on a cool evening. And we do feel like, Jay, the more this turf is used, it'll kind of begin to get its fibers moved. The brown fiber that plays like dirt and the green fiber that plays like grass, it is different. So if you ever get out there on it, you can tell. And as it warms up, that ball will get a little bit more speed coming off of it as well. Elrod now batting from the left side, facing the big right-hander Johnson. It's a little bit low on the inside corner. 1 ball and no strikes now. Elrod with a shot up the middle. That'll be a base hit. Gets past the center fielder Dottie, and Elrod is going all the way to 3 as that thing rolls way out there to that outfield wall. And Jace Elrod showing off the speed. So a base hit turns into a triple. And this ballpark's 381 to center field, Jay, and you get stuck out there on an island, and you gotta get.
Now batting for the Hawks, number 4.
Yeah, center fielder misplayed it just a little bit, and that was enough for it to get past him. And Elrod's speed, he's standing on third.
Now Jared Halter steps in from the right side, looks at strike 1. A looping curveball in there. Yeah, no outs, and the Hawks with a man 90 feet away. Elrod pops this one up. Being right field foul territory. The first baseman is unable to get under it. That's Moss. Has had a hard time judging that one. And this is there. So the dads that are always standing up in the corner commentating on the game on their own, they're all sitting here in front of this press box tonight, right by the microphone. This could almost be like the Manning cast. We could give you the crowd mic. We could give you our mic, but ours is guaranteed to not get you in trouble with the FCC. This one is a fair ball. Did it say foul? No, it's fair, yeah. This was a high pop-up by Halter, and the second baseman tried to get over under it. That was Ballard, and he was unable to see that one in. And I was reacting to Coach Perlman over there. He was a little bit twisted up. I think he wanted Halter to be moving a little bit faster than that, but it is a RBI for Halter. Now Spencer Browning, the shortstop, steps in, and Browning has been on a tear early in this season. Looks at ball 1, about a foot outside. See the wind out there on the umpire's pants blowing around. A lot of movement in the air. This one just off the outside corner. That one had to be within a couple inches there. This referee does have a pretty wide zone when you look at these edges. 2-0, he fires back over, wants to keep Halter close. He's back easily. If you see Halter, 2 pop-ups on that one that Pittsburg was unable to handle. That allows Elrod to score. This one outside for ball 3. You see he's trying not to get it inside on Browning, and I can't say that I blame him. I don't know at this point if you don't just take the walk and hope he doesn't turn it into something. The 3-0 now from Johnson. And it'll be ball 4. Again, he was not interested in giving Browning anything too close that he could hit. Now coming up is the center fielder, Hunter Rose, with 2 men on. Rose, the lefty. And the coach for the Pirates wants to come out and have a talk with his players just to kind of say, hey, what do we got to do to get this thing under control? Watch Hunter Rose during practice. He likes that little short porch back there that we built with these bullpens here, 312 feet away.
Well, one of the things that we saw a lot of last year for Pleasant Grove is a lot of shorter games, and you leave Hawks out on there on the base pass, and those 10 runs can get up there quick.
Yep, just a couple missed opportunities for Pittsburg, and now you got 2 men on with no outs, and another prolific hitter in Hunter Rose up there playing center field this evening. Here's the junior. They'll make their second baseman run 3 miles back and forth. This one a little bit low, gets underneath the catcher, and both Hawks are going to advance. It took the catcher Hall just a minute to find the baseball. It was directly underneath his feet. He thought it was behind him, and he pulled Graham off the bag a little bit, trying to get it down there to third. But Halter and Browning both advance, and now Hunter Rose looks at one outside on the left side. Jay, I don't really know, looking down this lineup, where you look to for relief. This one a shot toward right field. It'll get down for Rose. One man scores. They're going to hold Browning up at third. Hunter Rose is going to move over to second.
Yeah, once the right fielder made the play to home, Hunter Rose wisely scampered to second base, keeping the Hawks 2 runners in scoring position here.
So now the catcher, Buck Anderson, steps in for Pleasant Grove. Big junior. Played a lot of linebacker out there on the football team, and he's got some power and pop here in baseball. Looks at ball 1 up high, up above the eyebrow line there. And the Pirates already have somebody warming up down in the bullpen. Buck looks at this one inside, just above the numbers. 2-0. This one low. Kind of gets away from the catcher again. Now the 3-0. Christian May, the next man up for the Hawks, standing over on deck. Catches this one, strike 1 on the inside corner. Johnson does a good job to catch edge of the plate. Now the 3-1. And ball 4 is low. And Buck Anderson, the second Hawk, walked in this inning, and so that is bases loaded now for number 7, Christian May, third baseman.
Third baseman Christian May.
May got in a lot of games last year, kind of as a sub, stepped up, did a lot of good things in practice and all that, and Coach Fincher talked about at the beginning of the year really needing him over there at third base. That allowed him to slide Spencer and Jarrett over and really solidify that middle infield, and he's been pleased with the way Christian May has come on this season. He looks at strike one. This one outside for ball one. It evens the count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, any Pleasant Grove pitcher who's going to have Halter and Browning behind them is going to be willing to go at each and every batter that they face.
Yeah, stand up and throw it. This one a little bit low and outside, 2-1. There's nowhere to put a runner for Johnson. Still no outs here in the bottom of the first, and this one way outside. The count is 3-1, and Johnson not wanting to put anything right across the plate, but not able to catch those edges. This one just catches the edge. May thought it was a little bit outside. Apologizes to Blue. And steps back in, and now he looks at a full count. Shot here toward second. The second baseman fields it. Nope, unable to get it there as he shortstop might have been trying to get it out of his glove a little bit early.
And Buck does a great job there, not drawing any type of interference or anything. Makes just a good slide into second, and Pleasant Grove adds another one on the board.
Yeah, Jared Halter.
Right fielder, Landon West.
So you got Rose, Anderson, and May on the base paths. Still no outs as Landon West steps in from the right side. Looks at strike one, catches that inside corner. And, yeah, like you say, Buck just stood there and got where he was supposed to get. And I think the shortstop just tried to transition that ball a little bit too quick.
Yeah, it's good you mentioned Landon West in the lineup, and it's definitely good to see him out there. The Gazette had a nice little story on him and how he sort of has come back from a knee surgery, and he's definitely an integral part of this team.
So ball two inside and low. Landon, just a great kid. He was one of the recipients of the Walker Family Scholarship this year, and going over to Texas A&M to play. Out there in your neck of the woods next year. Yeah, you got your Eagles baseball hoodie on this evening, and so just fantastic for that young man. And, man, the Eagles are doing pretty well with some local talent out there on the diamond as well.
Yeah, the Eagles have had a good year so far.
Landon West looks at the 3-1, a little shot back toward the pitcher. One man's going to score. They don't get there in time to first either. Just a little dribbler as it went over the mound, and
you'd have to say that Landon West's knee's probably pretty good.
He turned on the Jets there and looked like kind of looked like he did back during football season, I think. But
back for the Hawks, number 3, designated hitter, Blue
he
Rose.
gets himself on base, and now Blue Rose, number 3, the DH, steps in. Bats from the left side, the freshman, younger brother of Hunter Rose. He looks at ball one outside. Buck Anderson's on third. Christian May is at second. Landon West is on first. Rose takes a strike right at the knees. That evens the count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, I was watching Coach Fincher go over there, and he's talking to Anderson again, and Coach Fincher has got to be pleased with how this stadium turned out.
He was very involved from the beginning, and really just, I'm telling you, from the time it was on paper until the day we let them get out here and have their first at bat, he was very involved. I got a whole lot of pictures of dirt when it was still just dirt than now when we are here, and so he is very excited, and man, just what an asset to us, and just a great guy to have on the team to help design a very unique ballpark. You don't have any square edges or anything like that. A little blooper to shortstop. And there get the out there at second. Landon West is out, and that'll be the first out. So Blue Rose will get an RBI on a fielder's choice there, and the Hawks still have runners at the corners, lead 5-0 as Walker Wright steps in, and Jace Elrod, the leadoff man, is on deck. The Hawks send all 9 batters to the plate here in this bottom of the first. This one inside, just off the hands of Wright. Wright, the first baseman. See some time on the mound as well. The 1-0. The looping curveball just catches the inside corner to even the count at 1 apiece.
Yeah, I think Walker just was too still. If he'd have moved a little bit, he may have sold that was inside.
Bounced out some. This one right down the middle, swing and a miss. It'll be strike 2.
Yeah, Johnson looks like he's getting a little more comfortable out there.
Yeah, that's not the first time I've seen him rear back.
But there's already folks in the bullpen for Pittsburgh.
I've got a few guys down there trying to get loose, but yeah, I think that's the first time I've seen Johnson just rear back and fire it down the middle. This one, a little change-up, will be fouled out of play down the right field line. And that's a feat, too, because you got a pretty good amount of foul territory. It starts to taper back there toward the end. So still the 1-2 now as Walker Wright steps back into the box. The junior with men on the corners. That one he had to dodge out of the way for, Jay. Maybe if you'd done that earlier, huh? But that one.
Well, playoff game, he's leaning into that.
Yeah, you got to take that one. But he says, no, but it's a little bit cold here on the 2nd of March. 2-2 now.
Can't even rub dirt on it anymore.
No dirt. No, you just got to flop around on the turf, and that don't look nearly as cool. Your uniform ain't even dirty when the game's over. The 2-2. High again, fouled out of play. Get those balls too far over here to the right, and they go down in the abyss, and you're not getting those out of there until it starts to dry up a little bit. We're working on trying to get us some grass on these hills and on some of this dirt out here. We need a little bit warmer weather and a bit of cooperation there and see if we can't get some grass growing a little better. The 2-2 now for Walker Wright. And call him out, strike 3 on the outside corner, and we've seen him call that all night long. He was giving it to Luke in the first out there for the Hawks, and so that is the second out of the evening. And Jace Elrod comes back to the plate, this time now 2 outs and men on the corner. Left fielder Elrod hit a triple to start this ball game. Maybe probably at least a double, then was mishandled and turned into a triple.
You get a triple here, and you got one of my most favorite crooked numbers up there on the board. Then you start throwing a 7 spot on the first inning, and that makes things a little ugly.
Well, it starts to get close, doesn't it? Elrod takes ball 1. Runner does advance to second. That's Blue Rose, and now men at second and third, both in scoring position. Elrod takes time. He wants to think about it for just a minute. Johnson a little bit slow to deliver. 2 balls now. That one low and outside. The 2-0 now from Johnson to Elrod. This one way outside to the left.
I think Elrod's a good enough hitter. He could always have the green light, but I'm going to make him pitch me a strike.
Yeah, maybe a couple of them. This one low and inside, ball 4, and the bases are loaded for Jarrett Halter, the shortstop. He had an RBI single his first time up on what should have been a blooper. And we got the coach going out there to talk to his player. We'll see if he's going to make a change, and he is. We're going to go ahead and take a break while the Pirates make a change at pitcher. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day. All right, folks, we got a new man on the mound for the Pirates as the Hawks run Cord Johnson out after 2/3 of an inning. And 20 is not on my roster. Let me see if Mr. Mims has it down there. David, who is that? Keaton Maben is the new man in. And so he is he steps in now, and the Pirates still have another guy down there in the bullpen getting ready. But again, Johnson made it 2/3 of an inning, and Hawks were seeing him for the second time and really just never had control. He reared back and threw it a couple of times, Jay, but really just kind of had a hard time getting anything to settle in across the plate.
Well, and it looked like he was trying to lean on that curveball at the beginning of the game, and I just wonder if a night like this, when the wind's blowing like it is,
yeah,
you start throwing a slower ball up there, and that wind's really gonna move it. And if you're not able to try to find the strike zone, it makes for a short evening.
Jared Halter now steps in with 2 out, a little chopping foul off to the left side for strike 1. Yeah, that's right. And again, he's nervous to throw it hard. He's nervous to give him some fastballs, but like you say, that thing, maybe the wind or just a little bit of lack of control there. This one inside, ball 1. Halter looks at that one and evens the count at 1 apiece. Now he wants time. And catcher Hall want to confer, make sure that they're talking about the right sign. So Keaton Maben.
And of course, second and third or second shortstop definitely aren't keeping Rose on the base, and Rose is getting a little further out there once the pitcher.
Yeah, if this thing gets straight past the pitcher, we're going to have two runs scored. And that one, a big arcing curveball there. Kind of stayed on the same plane as it moved across the strike zone and catches the outside here. And the count now 1-2 to Halter. That one just a little bit low, and tell you, Derek, it's a lot better than me because that looked like something I want to swing at, Jay.
I would have swung that like I was chopping wood.
Yeah, I'd have been over there talking to Fincher afterwards, but that's what I'd have done. Again, just off the plate on the inside there, and now we have a full count here 2 outs here in the bottom of the first. The Hawks have batted around and put 5 runs on the board. Men on second and third. Jared Halter now looks at the full count. Little chopper up the middle. It'll get past the shortstop. 2 runs are going to score. And the base hit makes it 7-0, and the Hawks have men on the corners. That brings up Spencer Browning, the shortstop.
Yeah, he got a free base last time, and I don't think he's looking for a free base this time.
No, I think he wants to see if he can put some bat to ball. Maybe now with the pitch. A little shot by Browning. This one will go to the fence. And the center fielder's going to get over there. Going to hold Halter up at third. Browning with the double and the RBI. Then at second and the third, and the Hawks lead 8-0. And Hunter Rose steps in for the second time. He had a single the last time up. He looks at this one high and outside. Tell you, Flanagan's been in the dugout about 25 minutes. He may have to warm his arm up a little bit. Rose looks at this one. Looping curveball in for strike one. Evens the count at 1 apiece. Jared Halter's at third. Spencer Browning is at second. Hunter Rose foul over towards softball. Get those folks over there. Little heads up. I'll have to stick my head out in a minute and see what the score is at the softball game. Lady Hawks taking on Genoa. They're across on the other side of the park. Rose now at the 1-2. This one a shot. It'll get down in center field. And the Hawks will score 2 more. And a stand-up double by Hunter Rose makes it 10-0 for the Hawks here. Starts to make the numbers on the scoreboard look funny. You'll have to work on that this next time. Tell them they put up too big of a number and changes the scoreboard up. Buck Anderson now. Hunter Rose on second, the man in scoring position. Buck Anderson stepping in for the second time. He walked his last time up. He looks at ball 1. This one inside, right at the knees. It'll be ball 2.
Buck Anderson looking to get at least 1 RBI off this bat, but Pleasant Grove with already 10 runs, that eight-run average is already going up.
Yes, sir. This one, fastball right down the middle, 2-1. Yeah, we were at 8.1. I'm not trying to do the math on that stuff. It'll go up a little bit. That's why I got the old English degrees. This one again, a curveball in for a strike, and Buck looks at strike 2. It evens the count at 2 apiece now. The 2-2 with a man in scoring position for Buck Anderson. The junior catcher looks at this one, bounces off the ground. It'll be a full count now. That one just a little bit low from Maben. This one a little foul tip back. I think Buck wants that one back. You could see it on his face. He a little bit high, but he got the bat around on it. Just got under it just a little bit. We'll reset and do it again now with the full count. This one a little high, and it is a ball 4. And Buck Anderson will walk once again, and Christian May, the third baseman, steps in.
Looks like we're going to have a pinch runner coming in for Pleasant Grove, number 9. And I don't have a number.
Landon Fincher comes in to run for Buck Anderson.
Number 7, third baseman Christian May.
Should have known you see a kid out there that's a 1.5 taller than Pearlman that it was Landon Fincher.
No offense to Pearlman.
No, not at all. Landon's a tall kid, and Pearlman is not. Men on first and second now for Christian May. And he looks at strike 1.
Pearlman is a coach that can definitely appreciate the upgrades that these Hawk baseball players are on tonight, for sure.
Yeah, he gets out on the Cub Cadet and brushes the field and runs the weed eater brush they have. He said, "I'll do this any day over all that dirt stuff, Mr. Price." So he has certainly appreciated what was there. Big swing and a miss now from Christian May, and 1-2 count. They got a weed eater that has a brush on it, how you groom the mound, and I showed them how it worked. Took about 10 minutes, and I said, I'm retired from this game, boys. This is a young man's project, and I'm out. Swing here from Christian May, a base hit. He's going to score a run as Hunter Rose gets in, and the Hawks have men on the corner on an RBI single by Christian May, and the bottom of the first is still rolling. The Hawks bring up Landon West, number 21, the right fielder. 16th batter to the plate for the Hawks. Here in the bottom of the first. This one catches that inside corner, strike 1. Strike zone might start to grow a little bit as this score continues to grow. Landon West now at the 0-1. This one a little too far inside as Maben tries to catch that inside corner once again. Should Landon West get on base, the designated hitter Blue Rose is the man on deck. The 1-1, this one down low. 2 balls and a strike now, men on the corners. Landon Fincher is at third base. He's standing in for Buck Anderson, and Christian May, the third baseman, is over at first, and the senior gets a big lead here. This one way high and outside.
Yeah, Christian May's getting a pretty good lead over there on first base. Really not getting any type of attention from the pitcher.
The 3-1 now to Landon West. And they catch the corner, strike 3, and so finally.
Oh, that was just 2.
Oh, that's strike 2. I'm sorry. Hey, I was trying to act like Blue. I thought I was trying to get us to go faster. Thank you. Yeah, I was like, nobody's moving. What's going on? No, I'm the one. Full count now. This one is a ball. And so walk. Blue Rose now the man up. He had a fielder's choice. Back to shortstop. His first at bat. This time he looks at bases loaded as the freshman steps in from the left side. Fouls this one off the screen toward the home dugout.
And I'm thinking left-handed batter here with this curveball, he's got a long time to look at it.
This one just over. Home dugout actually bounces off the top of it. And so now the 0-2.
Curveball that hung just on the outside. Wasn't there to get the call.
The 1-2 now to Blue Rose. This one way far outside. Evens the count now at 2 apiece. Pitcher keeps losing his hat out there. I don't really know. The 2-2 now from Maben. Catches the outside corner. That is strike 3. That is the end of the first inning. But the Hawks wake up the bats here in the bottom of the first, and it is 11-0. And Luke Flanagan, who has been on the bench for a while, will now face the 4, 5, 6 hitters for the Pirates on the other side of this break. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Start your day with seamless transactions.
Add your State Bank card to your device's digital wallet and enjoy the convenience of tap-and-go payments. Easy, secure, and thankfully at your fingertips. Simplify your day with State Bank's digital wallet.
Your family, your bank, State Bank.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove as we've made it to the second inning. The 4, 5, 6 batters coming up for Pittsburgh. It'll be Lane Hall, the catcher, Cam Dottie, the center fielder, and Andrew Moss, the first baseman. Luke Flanagan took the Pirates down in order in the first. 2 strikeouts and a flyout. This one outside.
Pittsburgh just taking the approach of getting the first run up there and not needing to score all 11 here in the second.
Yeah.
But definitely need to start putting some damage towards it, though.
2 quick balls now from Flanagan here. That one just catches the outside corner. Brought it in just enough. 2-1 now to Hall. This one way outside, 3-1. This one a little too far inside. And so the Pirates will have their first base runner of the evening via the walk.
Number 7, center fielder Cam Dottie.
Looks like we are going to have a pinch runner, number 5, Will Strube, coming in to take over running duties on first base here. Good looking pitch there by Flanagan. Just wonder if that first at bat, just getting little cobwebs out from sitting in the dugout for as long as he did while the Hawks put 11 a spot up there.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you sit up there before kind of get cold on a cool night like this. 2 quick strikes, though, here to Cam Dottie. This one, though, far outside. I'll tell you, the base runner Hall over there got out there a little bit.
Yeah, that may draw a throw.
The 1-2 now, swing and a miss. And that's the third strikeout of the ball game for Flanagan. And now Andrew Moss, the first baseman, makes his way up here. One away here in the top of the second. This one, little chopper. Browning gets to second, makes the shot over to right at first, double play. And the Hawks are quickly out of the second inning. You have no runs, one walk, the only base runner for the Pirates, and the Hawks quickly now back up to bat. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
Yay! We're so excited you decided to become a member.
Thanks. I didn't think it would be this easy.
I know. We've opened up memberships so even more people can take advantage of our amazing services.
Are you going to clean this up?
Become a new member and take advantage of all RRCU can offer. Experience the credit union difference anytime, anywhere.
No, seriously, are you going to clean this up?
Do you RRC?
All right, Hawk fans, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove. As we head into the bottom of the second, the Hawks up big over Pittsburg here, 11-0. Luke Flanagan has not seen the entirety of the Pittsburgh lineup. The Hawks, one batter away from going through their lineup twice in the bottom of the first. Walker Wright, the first baseman, will lead it off, and then Jace Elrod and Jarrett Halter will both be up for their third at-bats of the ball game. Here in the bottom of the second, we got a new pitcher in for the Pirates, is number 19. That Eli Manley. Was there a Manley that was a quarterback for Pittsburgh at one point?
I think I would have recalled the Eli name.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
But it may have been a brother.
Maybe at a different place. I thought there was a Manley that was the head coach at some point, or a coach at some point, and I know he wasn't for baseball here. But he is a lefty coming in, wearing number 19. He'll try his luck here versus the Hawk lineup. Again, Walker Wright, Jr. He's the only guy that didn't get two opportunities in the first.
And it looks like he's got a curveball that'll move a little bit.
Yeah. I don't know how much velocity he has, but he seems to have a decent amount of control, at least in the warm-ups.
Greg Maddox made a living doing that.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I don't remember what the stat was I saw about him, about how many batters got to 3-1, and it wasn't a lot. And then among those, the majority of them were intentional walks. And, yeah, I don't know. I don't know that that's what we're going to see this evening, but hopefully see if the guy's got a little control. We can get out here. I'll tell you what, you get old David Mims down there on the ones and twos playing the music, you're going to have yourself a party. We got all kinds of music going. I can see the Hawk fans out here bouncing around a little bit.
Are you busy January 3rd of 2026?
You got a wedding?
I got a wedding.
You got a wedding date now, huh?
I'll even let them advertise.
This reception sponsored by Mims Insurance.
That's right.
I like it. Walker Wright looks at ball one outside the 1-0. Fouls this one off. Over toward the visitor dugout.
We can talk about umbrella policies on jewelry and all sorts of stuff.
Anything we want to do, huh? Count it one apiece now. Ooh, this one
just a little bit outside.
Got away from Manley. And, yeah, that was a That was an appropriate call there. Gets this one in there on the corner. Strike two, evens the count now to Walker Wright. Jace Elrod and Jared Halter. The next two due up for the Hawks here in the bottom of the second. Swing and a miss for Walker. The ball does get away from the catcher, but he's able to get it down there for the throw out. So that'll be a strikeout. Jace Elrod with a triple and a walk so far. Steps in from the left side now. Elrod gets this one up there around the eyebrows. Steps back away from ball one from Eli Manley. A high foul ball again back toward the turf area there between baseball and softball. I'll tell you what, there's a bunch of kids out there playing in that every time we have a game here, Chase. I think that was wanted to have somewhere that didn't have a bunch of mud and grass tracked everywhere, so got a little turf out there. This one on the backside of Elrod. Now, see, Elrod, he was more proportioned like I am. That one might have been dangerous, but he's skinny enough that thing went behind him.
Caught you in the spine.
Yeah, I'd have been a little bounced off my back somewhere. 2-1. This one he has to duck away from, and Manley, we started talking a little bit too much about control there during the warm-up, and these last few have gotten away from him over here to the left side. Don't know if he's trying to put a little too much on him or what we got. 3-1 now to Jace Elrod. Ball four up and away.
Most of our baseball stadiums, including ours, have gone to the plastic bottles, and I always remember the fun times of playing cup ball. You know, and that we've got a great little arena over there for young ones to do that. I may just go buy some wax cups to hand out.
That's I don't know how you're going to do color commentator sitting out there watching the kids, keeping them in line out there the whole game, but I guess we'll let you try it.
I may play.
Get on out there with it. Don't hurt yourself now, Jay.
That would be the problem.
Jared Halter now steps in.
What happened?
On the 1-0, you'd be having.
I tried to stretch a cup ball to a double.
I don't think Mims sells that kind of insurance down there.
Aflac.
Halter looks at strike one, leaving the count now. Hawks with one man on base, one out here in the bottom of the second. Jared Halter has 2 hits, 1 RBI his first at-bat, 2 RBIs his second at-bat. Has reached base safely both times. One, two, that one right down the middle. He's mad at himself over that one. Coach Fincher looked at him and said, hit the ball.
Fincher's like, it's not me, it's you.
This one, a shot, center fielder trying to get over to it. Good play there by Cam Dottie. That's going to send Elrod back to first base, and Dottie had to get on his horse a little bit to get over there into left center, but he's able to get under that one. And that's the second out of this inning, and Spencer Browning, the shortstop now, steps in. Browning with a walk and a double in the first. Elrod with the lead there. This one over to the shortstop. Takes a second and bobbles it, and he is not going to get there in time. Ball gets past the first baseman, and Elrod's going to turn the corner, and Elrod's coming all the way home. There will not be a play there, and Elrod is in. Jace Elrod showing off the speed.
Yeah, about 3 strides past second base, I knew Elrod wasn't stopping whether Fincher said to stop or not. And I do want to go back and look. I'm not sure if Fincher told him, but he His wheels are pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, Jace Elrod, he can flat out fly. Hunter Rose now steps in to the left side. Looked at strike one. Spencer Browning now the man on first. This one low and outside, gets away from the catcher, but it bounces in front of him. He stares down, makes sure Spencer stays over there on first base.
And oh, yes, Spencer might be just as fast.
Yeah, he's. And if he runs into you, you got a problem. He's got. Nope, this one does get away from the catcher, and Spencer doesn't even have to use the wheels, just sort of jogs into second base there. But now the Hawks with a man in scoring position. 2 balls and a strike now for the junior center fielder, Hunter Rose. A couple Hawks there. Got to watch the top of the dome. We've had some of these balls sail over their heads here.
Center field shading Rose a little bit to right field.
Little foul tip strike here. That one might have been inside a little bit. Rose wanted that one. And, yeah, he's definitely a pull hitter toward right field. I say that. He's going to hit it down the left field line.
Well, and the right fielder's not really shading the line.
Over too far, yeah. Court Johnson started the game for the Pirates. They moved over to Keaton Maben. Now Eli Manley is in here in the second. He has Hunter Rose knotted up 2-2. And this one puts in the shoulder of the center fielder, and the Hawks now with a man on first and second. And Rose gets a walk the hard way. And now Christian May, nope, he's coming to let Buck Anderson take off the gear. Buck Anderson kept on his catcher's gear. Big catcher steps over into the right batter's box. Looks at this one, outside strike one, catches that outside corner. The 0-1 now. Little fouled back to the backstop. And it'll be 1-1. Excuse me, the 0-2 rather. Hawks with runners on first and second for Anderson. This one a little bit inside. Again, gets away from the catcher, but he keeps it in front of him. One, two now for Buck. This one way outside. Catcher does a good job to get out there and get to that one.
Starting to see a few more students show up. I guess they got done with their homework.
This one catches the inside corner, and they ring up Buck Anderson on a strikeout looking, and that's the way the second quarter will end. The Hawks add one, though. They lead at 12-0 as we head to the top of the third. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk football on Texarkana Gameday.
We are excited to announce here at Texarkana Emergency Center and Hospital that we have expanded our capabilities to better serve our community. As a hospital, we have the capability for inpatient services. After your outstanding emergency care, we can smoothly transition you into one of our new inpatient rooms that have telemetry monitors in every room to continue your concierge medicine care. While our patients continue receiving their care in their inpatient suites, we also make sure that your loved ones are taken care of with our outstanding facilities. Our added services include a procedure room and also the capability of MRIs. With our imaging, we are able to offer outpatient, inpatient, and emergency room MRI, CT, ultrasound, and X-ray. We are honored by your support and look forward to serving all your future medical needs.
All right, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove. The Hawks leading at 12-0. Look on the scoreboard, looks like they scored 1 in each inning. Actually got 11 in the
either way, they're winning.
First there. Either way, they're, yeah. Either 2-0 or 12-0 with that 12-0. 12-0 means the game will be shorter unless something really crazy starts to happen. Stepping into the box now, the 7th man up for the Pirates is the left fielder, Nick Stiles. He'll be followed by the designated hitter, Brody Perschbacher. And then the shortstop, he's hitting for the shortstop, Kevin Johnson. And then Case Bullard, the second baseman, will round out the batters here for the Pirates. Flanagan with the ball outside, ball 1. This one gets past Spencer Browning into center field. Hunter Rose quickly over to it, makes the throw back, and the Pirates with their first hit of the game.
Styles putting that just out of the reach of Browning.
And a high pop-up, Walker Wright gets back on it. That is out. And there's one away here in the top of the third. Flanagan has given up 1 hit, 3 strikeouts, and 1 walk so far in this one.
Number 19, Eli Manley.
Eli Manley, the pitcher, is in to hit. I don't really know where was he hitting for?
I believe it's actually Case Bullard, who is number 13 on our roster.
Oh, that is?
I would assume so.
Well, no, because it's got a Eli Manley. He came in and pitched.
Okay.
Okay, yeah. So you were going to have Perschbacher was going to be the designated hitter. They may have. He was going to be hitting for the shortstop. So maybe instead of him hitting, maybe they're going to have Manley hit. Maybe they're going to move the DH up here to Cord Johnson, the pitcher. He batted third. So that would be where he would be in the lineup. So I don't think. Whatever the case, Eli Manning is stepping into the batter's box. However they want to work it out on paper. 1 out here with a man on first for the Pirates. This one catches the outside corner. Luke Flanagan with strike 1 against Manley. Swing and a miss, strike 2. Now we got some weather talk going on out there. This one way outside, man. Buck Anderson does a good job to reach out and keep that thing from getting away. Kind of shot out of Flanagan's hand there. 1-2 now. Just catches the outside corner, and that's strike 3 looking. And now making way up there is the leadoff hitter, Carter Langford. So here in the last out of the third, the Pirates getting around to the top of their order once again. Langford struck out to start the game. Swing and a miss on strike 1 for him. Now the 0-1. This one a little bit low. And outside. 1-1.
Yeah, Anderson doing a good job there framing it, but just a little low for a called strike there from the umpire.
A little bit low as well. The 2-1. Still a man on first for the Pirates. This one fouled off. That evens the count at 2 apiece now for Langford, the right fielder. This one hit back to Spencer Browning. Tosses it right over to Jared Halter at second. He gets the lead runner out, and we head to the bottom of the third. Hawks lead at 12-0. Luke Flanagan has only faced 10 batters so far. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
My name is Doug Willett. I own M&M Tire and Auto Center. We've been here for over 40 years. We're just a mom and pop place. We service any type of vehicle that you can think of. We do front end alignments. We've got the best front end alignment machine guys here. And we also do AC work for the new Freon, which is the 1234 FY. We do that too. Plus tires. Now that's the major thing. Cooper Tire employees, we're really special with them. We give you 15% off, plus also you get your Goodyear employee refunds back on your tires, which is great for you. Extra value is what you get when you buy from Doug Willett. Don't worry, my guys will take care of you too.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove. As we get ready to start the bottom of the third, the Hawks leading it 12-0. Pittsburgh responded pretty well in the bottom of the second, held the Hawks to 1 run after a first inning that just kind of went off the rails if you're a Pirate fan. Eli Manley still the man on the bump. For the Pirates. Christian May, Landon West, and Blue Rose. The 3 men up, 6, 7, 8 in the order. That's where if you're one of the Pirate coaches, you're telling them, hey, you've got to get this part of the order out.
The game of baseball, 12 spot isn't necessarily too much to overcome, but the Pittsburgh defense is definitely going to have to step up and keep the Hawks from scoring.
Yeah.
Moving forward.
And we saw some of that in the first where they had an opportunity early to get some outs and just unable to make a play on some balls, and then you had some difficulties pitching, kind of went off the rails there, and the Hawks able to string together a series of hits back-to-back. This one a wild pitch outside to the left. Starts this one off 1-0 to Christian May. This one he fouls off the net right back toward us here in the press box. The 1-1. Same swing, same location with the ball. May just a little bit behind that one, senior third baseman. Now looking at 1-2. Puts this one up high toward center field. Dottie trying to get under it, and he does. And that'll be the first out. Here in the bottom of the third. So Dottie kind of came in on that and backed up. Be able to get under there. You wonder how much swirling around that wind is doing up there. It's not quite as much as it was. The flags over there toward the softball field aren't just straight out like they were when we started. Landon West looks at strike one. Swing here. This one fouled off out into the swamp.
We could pull our money together and we could, you and I could sponsor wind socks out there on the foul poles?
Well, I was actually discussing that before. I've got some nets coming to go here. Big shot towards center field. Dottie trying to get over to it, and he does. Sends him all the way back to the wall. Landon West. A little pop on the ball, but it floated long enough for Dottie to get there. And the center fielder towards his second out of the inning. Like I was saying, I got some nets coming in front of the video boards out there. I told the boys if they could please not hit my video board in the meantime. They should be in here in the next week. But the poles that hold them up, I was talking to Robert before, and I said, we may stick us a windsock on the top of those so out there above the scoreboard we can see what the wind is doing. Blue Rose, the freshman designated hitter, looks at strike one on the inside corner of the plate here. Walker Wright is on deck. Rose with a chopper back to first. First baseman Moss able to field it. And the Pirates do what we talked about that they wanted to do. They get the middle of the order down in order for the Hawks. And we head to the top of the fourth. Pleasant Grove leading it 12-0. We'll take a break, and we come back. We'll have a new man on the bump for Pleasant Grove. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Gameday.
Tired of the annual hassle of hanging holiday lights? Or the recurring cost of paying someone else to do it? Forget those struggles and invest in the convenience and year-round beauty of Gemstone Lights. Permanent architectural and holiday lighting that you control. With Gemstone Lights, access over 1,000 pre-built patterns for festivities throughout the year. Easily alter them through our user-friendly app. When not in season, Gemstone Lights serve as stunning permanent architectural lighting, bringing a continual majestic touch to your home. Experience the magic of Gemstone Lights today. Available through Livewire Electrical Services, Texarkana's authorized Gemstone Lights dealer.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove. Kind of move some things around out here for the Hawks. One, got a new man out there, Harrison Newton, the junior, is the man on the bump for Pleasant Grove. So we'll see what he can do. And then Landon West back over at first base. Walker Wright is out at right field. And, Jay, that's the position that we're used to seeing those guys in from the last couple of years. And see, and like Spencer Browning moved to third. Jared Halter.
What are you doing?
Moved to shortstop.
I get asked that all the time.
This one low, ball one. So Browning is at third. Halter is at shortstop. Who is that there at second? Ball, it's crowded to the outside corner there from Newton.
Who is on second?
13, they say. I don't know. See? Caden Clark. You asked me before the game who that was. Now the throw from Halter at shortstop to Landon West gets the first out of the inning. So that is Caden Clark. And, again, watch that young man play quite a bit on the JV football team. Heck of a running back. And so he's getting some time out there in the field. I'm assuming the outfield is still the same. Jay, my eyes aren't good enough to. I know Walker Wright's in right field. Looks like Jay's still at left field. And I think that is Hunter Rose out there at center. Ball one now from Newton. This one low and outside, bounces off the ground there.
I had an opportunity to talk to Caden after the football season and told him I was looking forward to being able to call him next year.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Very, very respectful young man. Had a good conversation with him.
Landon Graham with a chopper to third. Browning fields it there. Over to Landon West. Gets the out. And it's quickly 2 down here in the top of the fourth. He is
now batting Number 3, catcher Lane Hall.
From the Joe Perlman School of Height, but he's kind of appropriately shaped for a second baseman out there. So good to see him getting some time in. Here, Lane Hall now the catcher. Steps into the box from the right side. I don't know if we have to play 5 innings or is it?
It's 5.
You got to play 5 regardless. So we have at least one more round through this one. Low and outside. Ball 1. And this one right down the middle, maybe just a little bit low. I think some folks wanted that one. The 2-0 now.
Same pitch, same call.
The 3-0 now to Landon Graham. Third baseman for the Pirates, trying to get something going here with 2 outs. And that one just a little bit outside, and so a walk puts just the third base runner of the game
Number 7
on first.
Cam Dottie.
Got a pinch runner coming in for the catcher there. That's number 5, Will Strube. I remember his name from football.
No, that's the second time he's been put on first to pinch run.
Dottie, the center fielder, made a couple of good plays. Woo! Buck tried to get Strube. He had a pretty good lead there, and Buck Anderson fired it down to Landon West, just a little bit off target.
Well, I think he remembers that from the last time that he was running the bases.
Got him. Fired it down there and caught him, just leading off a little bit too much. Buck Anderson said not going to do it again, and Harrison, Newton, and company get out of the top of the 4th. We'll be back for the bottom of the 4th. Walker Wright will lead things off for Pleasant Grove, and then we'll start back with the top of the lineup when we come back for the bottom of the 4th. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Gameday.
Diamond Bank walks with its customers through every step of life, side by side. From the first checking account in high school to the first home or business loan, Diamond Bank is committed to helping you with all of your financial needs. Diamond Bank's growth is the result of the growth of our customers, and we want to help you feel that same growth. We are proud to have the ability to give back to our local school districts, community organizations, veterans, customers, and more in a multitude of ways. Come discover the Diamond Bank difference with local people making local decisions for our local community. Stop by our current location in Texarkana at 5714 Richmond Road or visit us online at www.diamond.bank to see our products and services. Member FDIC and Equal Housing Lender.
All right, folks, welcome back here to Pleasant Grove. Walker Wright will lead things off for the Hawks here in the bottom of the 4th. Jace Elrod, Jarrett Halter, the next 2 men up for Pleasant Grove. The Hawks leading it 12-0. Actually, it looks like maybe Landon Fincher is over there on deck for the Hawks. We may have all kinds of, this is going to be like the 4th quarter of a football game, Jay, where we're just doing our best as who are the names out there. Not quite as much, as many moving parts at one time.
And you never know when a game time this early in the season doesn't come back to really benefit, younger player.
Yep. I think it's always good to get real life varsity action anytime you can. And so, yeah, we'll do it here in a 12-0 game. The Hawks are
Pittsburgh looking to duplicate the third inning where they went 3 up, 3 down.
Walker Wright looks at strike one. Right. Walker now the right fielder for the Hawks. Pokes this one out toward right field, and it's going to go all the way. Bounces over the wall. We're going to have a ground rule double. One hops the 6.5-foot wall out there at right center. Langford was trying to get over there on it. It bounced over the fence. So Landon Fincher now will step into the left side.
You don't bunt when you're up 12-0, do you?
They may throw the ball at you too.
What's that? Third baseman looks like he's.
Third baseman looks a little like me. Bunt might give you some trouble. Fincher looks at strike one. Good gracious. I don't know who that is slamming these doors like they pay bills around here.
Just split our line.
What's going on here? Looking at this one, strike two.
Good pitch there.
Yeah. Big curveball there. We got a called time. We got a hat. I think the wind may be what was causing the problem on our door over here. And it blew the hat off the third baseman out there for the Pirates. It is coming strong. If you look at the players' jerseys, Fincher pops this one up back toward the screen. The catcher is able to get there for the out, and we've got one away here. Jared Halter steps in for the Hawks. And I'm telling you, you put one high in the air like Walker Wright did just a minute ago, and that thing may be out there in those trees. Halter looks at a low ball inside.
Yeah, the sleeves out there on all the players are definitely starting to wave like they're a flag on a pole.
Yeah. Gets the outside corner or the inside of the left batter's box, whatever you want to call it. But it is a strike one, evens the count at one apiece for Halter. Manley checks on the runner at second. Halter gets this one past the third baseman as he pulls it to the left, and the left fielder had a problem keeping up with that thing, and Walker Wright is able to jog in. The Hawks put the 13th run on the board, and Halter slides over to second base. And that was one that the coach from Pittsburgh may have a talk with the left fielder about, because I think he just kind of loped his way up there trying to do something. Spencer Browning now. Yeah, steps in with one out and a man on second. Sorry, Jay.
Yeah, he doesn't need any help lifting a ball out of here, but this wind could definitely take a ball that he doesn't get a hold of and take it over the fence here.
Yeah, he got a little gusty for sure. The 0-1 now to Browning. This one outside and away for the 1-1. Bill Oney from the Gazette's in here. How'd the girls do over there? Girls beat Genoa 8-2. So the Lady Hawks softball team continues their winning ways as well. They went undefeated in a tournament this last weekend, Jay, and they have had a really good start to this early part of the season. 9 in a row. Spencer Browning, a little chopper toward third. Graham gets it, fires over to first. He is not fast enough to get Spencer Browning. And you alluded to that earlier, Jay. We saw that during football season as well. Spencer Browning said, hey, Elrod ain't the only one that can run around these bases with some speed. So now the Hawks have runners at the corners. One away, Hunter Rose steps in. Left-handed center fielder. Fouls this one off. Or the outside part of the plate there. He fouls it over toward the home dugout.
Put a good swing on that one.
Manley checks the sign, delivers the 0-1. This one a little bit high. Even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Just like they did earlier, you got the center fielder shading over toward right just a little bit. This one behind Rose. It's inside and outside all at the same time. 2-1 now. This one right down the middle, and Hunter might want another shot at that one. 2-2. 1 out here in the bottom of the fourth. The Hawks have added a run in this stanza to increase their lead to 13-0. Swing and a miss. And Hunter Rose goes down on strikes, and we've got 2 outs. And number 17, Trevor Hendershot, will be the next man into the box for the Hawks. I have no idea where he's going to play in the field, Jay. He is in the spot of Buck Anderson. He may be the other catcher. They call him T, so that's probably the other catcher. Or maybe that is.
Yes, he does catch.
Okay, that's him. So
he does a really good job of warming up the pitchers in the bullpens a lot of the time.
Yeah.
So he'll get some starting action now.
Absolutely. So good to see. Get to see him behind the plate.
And what is his classification?
Hendershot, I'm going to assume, is a sophomore.
And he is.
Fouls this one off to the right over toward the Pirates' dugout. I want to tell that coach we put some fences there you can stand behind. You won't get hit with those balls if you stand behind them. The 0-1, this one a little bit too far outside. This umpire has liked the outside corners. That one maybe just a little bit far. 1-1 now. 2 outs to Hendershot. And there it is right there on the corner. That one inside, just a little bit inside of where the last one was. In a pretty wide. The 1-2. This one up a little bit high. Hawks with men on the corners. Jared Halter, 90 feet away at third base. Again, strong, gusty winds. This one way inside, and the pitcher's hat comes flying off. And it's 3-2. And boys, I was here when they picked these press boxes up, set them on top of these things that we built, and I watched them anchor them to the ground. So I think we're going to be okay, but it's a wind make you nervous. Fouled off here. Hendershot staying alive. That one kind of in the borderlands out there, whether or not, and you don't leave that one up to chance.
Because it's been called tonight.
It has been called tonight. 2 outs, runners at the corner. Full count. This one a little bit far outside, and Hendershot with a base on balls. And now we've got Number 13 coming in. He's not on our paper. David, who you got for number 13 down there? Caden Clark. We talked about that. He was just out there so he's over playing second base. And the Pirates have seen enough of Manley, so they're going to trade pitchers. So while they get him warmed up, we're going to take a quick break. Let you hear from some of our sponsors, and then we'll be back here to watch the Wild Thing. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Gameday.
Hi, I'm Brooklyn Stevens, General Manager and Marketing Director for Local Habit Coffee Company. Local Habit exists to spark a revival of local communities and the beauty they inherently possess by bringing people together over exceptional third-wave coffee. We then want them to take the joy and good vibes they get from us out into their local town and go make something good happen.
One of our top priorities is providing exceptional customer service. We want to make sure our customers left better than when they came in.
Our customers should walk away thinking about how incredible their coffee was, how nice and genuine their barista was, and how inviting and comforting our space is.
Come by today and enjoy a hot cup of coffee with us.
All right, folks, that young man is Drake Profit warming up for the Pirates out there. And I tell you, Profit's halfway to first base by the time he releases that ball. Kid's 6'6" if he's an inch.
Yeah, he's a tall drink of water. That release point is well past the mound.
Yeah, he's coming on down the hill there. Caden Clark, the man waiting to step into the box for Pleasant Grove. He was playing second base in the top half of this inning.
Yeah, Profit inheriting 3 runners on base. See if he can handle that little extra level of stress.
Clark looks at strike one on the outside corner. Now the 0-1. This one inside up near the chin will even the count. Clark fouls this one back. It's a little bit slow getting around on that one. Make it a 1-2 count now.
Any ball through the infield, definitely scoring 1 and most likely 2.
And there's one there, Caden Clark with a timely hit. 2 more runs will score. The Hawks will have men at the corners, and it's 15-0 here in the bottom of the 4th. So the sophomore, Clark, taking advantage of his opportunity. And that'll bring up Landon West.
Looks like we may have a pinch run on third, but I did not catch.
Yeah.
Maybe 14. Ben Carpenter.
Take Ben Carpenter in there to run for the catcher. They get Hendershot ready. This one inside will be strike 1.
Yeah, Ben's
on
gonna
Landon West.
Ben's gonna be fun to watch on the mound this year as well.
Yes, sir. Yeah, I've been impressed with some of his early season work for sure. West looks at the ball inside here, 1-1, but yeah, he came in and shut down the game in that tournament earlier, and be a nice addition to this rotation. Swinging foul ball here for Landon. Runners at the corners here, 2 outs. There's Drake Profit doing work on the mound for the Pirates. He's the 4th Pittsburgh pitcher of the evening. West looks at the ball right there on that outside corner where we've seen it all night for strike 3. We head to the top of the 5th. The Pirates need 6 runs to keep this thing breathing. Hawks trying to get out. We'll take a break. You're watching Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana Game Day.
When you're at home, you need right fiber. Some say it's not whether you win or lose, but how you play. Maybe. But with Right Fiber's 100% fiber internet, you always win. No matter which side you're on. Fall in love with your gig speed internet. Get gig smitten. Get Right Fiber.
All right, you see Jackson Kohler, number 5, warming up for the Hawks. Got a new left fielder out there as well, I think.
You've got Hawks putting 15 on the board, and we're going to have a quick game possibly tonight if Pittsburgh doesn't put up the 6 like you talked about. Kohler could be the last Hawk that they face tonight.
So again, the Hawks were averaging 8.1 coming in. We've nearly doubled that up tonight, and we're giving up 1.75 so far at Goose Egg there for the pitching staff, and so that will help pad those stats this evening if this thing stays true. Number 16 will be the first man up for the Pirates. That's Kyle Berry. On deck, number 21, Andrew Moss, the first baseman.
Well, the commercial that brought us into this 5th inning is our newest sponsor that has been brought on, and that is Right Fiber. If you see the crews that are putting in the fiber optic in Texarkana right now, that is who is bringing it all the way to your house. I think 1 gig speed, I saw it about $80 a month, and that is not bad at all.
Not bad at all. Strike 1 called on the outside of the left plate or inside of the right batter's box, as we talked about a little bit earlier. A little high pitch here for Jackson Kohler. And it'll be 1-1. 1 out. Excuse me, no outs here. In the top of the 5th, as we alluded to, 10 runs in the 5th inning, and it's a ball game. And so if the Pirates don't score 6 here, we'll be getting out of here before 9 o'clock. Not bad on a school night. Way outside to the left now from Kohler. And it'll be 3-1. Landon Fincher's out in left field. Strike. He gets Kyle Berry kind of twisted up on himself inside. Full count now from Kohler. That one must have been just a little bit low. The Hawk faithful certainly not agreeing with that one. And now up is number 21, the first baseman, Andrew Moss. Not sure if Barry was batting, I guess, in place of Cam Dottie, the center fielder. That's where they are in the lineup. Swing and a miss now from Moss.
This is the first time I've seen Kohler this season, and he's looks like he can hold his own.
Moss with a fly out earlier. Now looks at 1 ball and 1 strike. And must have a little bit of precipitation.
Oh, they don't need to complain about it.
Beginning to come down.
As we're inside.
Yeah. This one gets away from the catcher, and the runner's going to be able to slide over. The second base, and so now the Pirates with a man in scoring position. A little shot by Moss. Do a good job to get this thing in, to keep the base runner on second from scoring. And now Nick Stiles will step in. He's the left fielder.
Nick Stiles.
He has the only hit, well, other than that hit. It's the second hit of the game for the Pirates. Nick Stiles had the first one. Now the Pirates with men on the corners, no outs. This one low and outside. I'll tell you, that wind start coming down. Excuse me, that rain start coming down harder, and the strike zone might get larger. We got a pinch runner in at first base for the Pirates. Stiles hugging the inside of the box. It's a big swing, fouls this one back toward the entry gate. A 1-1 count now. No outs here for the Pirates in the top of the fifth. Swinging here toward third base, foul ball. Browning with a beautiful play. Get it over there to first. That would have.
I think he would have been out.
I think so. That's a pretty athletic move there by Spencer Browning on a ball that was just outside.
Yeah, I think Stiles is glad that that was foul, because that would be a long bus ride home knowing that you got thrown out on that.
The 1-2 now from Kohler. Trevor Hendershot tried to frame that one, man. That was right in the same spot. And now the 1-1. Excuse me, the 2-2. This one shot into the middle. And Halter a little bit off track with the throw over to first, and that pulls Landon West off the bag. Stiles is going to be safe. Now the Pirates with men at first and second, and the Pirates get the first man across the plate, take the goose egg off the board, and it's 15-1. Now Brody Perschbarker stands in. He looks at ball one outside from Jackson Kohler. No outs here in the top of the fifth. This one a strike on the inside corner. Evens the count at 1-1.
Yeah, Jackson looks like he's hitting his spots.
This one he gets a swinging foul ball. Yeah, seems to have a pretty good amount of control there.
Yeah, he's not throwing it far off the mitt.
Again, this is valuable time. Get some of these young guys some time in there. Some experience of getting varsity at-bats. This one right up the middle. Hawks looking for a double play. Can't get it over to first. They get the lead runner at second, but Ryan Kirsch is going to score from third, and
ball went in the dugout, so they're awarding him to second.
Gets over there to second. So they got the lead runner out. The guy that got to first gets to go to second. So there is one out. But the Pirates with a man on second in scoring position. They've scored 2 runs here in the top of the fifth, 2 of the 6 that they need to try to stay alive. Strike right down the middle that time to the big second baseman here. This one bounces away from the catcher Hendershot, but he's able to get back on it quickly and get the runner to slide himself back to second base. The 1-1 now. This one fouled, and the runner, who got a little head start there, will make his way back to second on a long jog. And it's a 1-2 now. Jackson Kohler gets the sign. This one, they get the strikeout, throws it down. He is out. And now Landon West throws it back over to third. The runner kind of thought about trying to go home. Wisely got back. You hear the coach getting onto him over there, but there are 2 outs. As Hendershot's able to throw out the batter there at first, and the Hawks 1 out away from being 1-0 in district play here starting this season. Carter Langford, the leadoff batter, stepping in now for the Pirates. This one will be foul over at the left field fence.
Man, I'm going to need you to go get my truck.
Yeah, we don't have that service here. The 0-1. This one, foul over to the left. If I'm Spencer Browning, I'd be ready. And that wind is blowing this rain around also. Ball 1, a little low and outside. Hendershot does a good job to keep that thing in front of himself. There's a lot of movement from that kid over on third base.
And he caught Hendershot's eye that time.
Yeah.
I think he may.
Yeah, I might throw this thing out. And this one towards center field. Hunter Rose steps in to wait for it, gets under there, catches it. And that's the ball game. Pittsburg Pirates come to town to start district play, and the Pleasant Grove Hawks, after a huge first inning where they scored 11 runs, ended on a 15-2 run rule victory here in 5. And that's going to do it for this one. Thank all of you who joined us tonight. Thank you to all of our sponsors for what you do to bring us game day each and every week. We're going to go off of this so we can go get these cameras out of the rain. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. This is Pleasant Grove Hawk Baseball on Texarkana.